What's up? Would you guys like to learn a little bit about DethKlok, about their discography, their history?
Well, would you? Huh?
Okay, good. So, Brendan Small just released he released a bunch of material in recent years and stuff, and quite frankly, he and Tommy Blasha went to a few metal shows after his animated series home movies came to an end. And Brendan Small was so inspired by these metal shows that he attended that he decided to start working on another animated series called Metalocalypse, which centers around the band DethKlok. He gathered up a few musicians who were experienced in their craft. He recruited Brian Beller, Gene Hoglan, and Mike Keanly. Now, the first album, the Death album, originally was just Hoglan and Small. Hoglan did the drums, Brendan Small did the guitars and bass and vocals and keyboards. The same was for the Death Album 2, which was released in 2009, 2 years after the release of the Death Album. And it charted at number 15 on the Billboard, the highest charting death metal album of its time. And again, it featured Hoglan on drums and Brendan Small on guitar, bass, vocals, and keyboards. Now, the actual lineup for the band is, as I mentioned before, Brendan Small, Gene Hoglan, Mike Keanly, and Brian Beller. And they perform the live shows. Now, the fictional DethKlok consists of Nathan Explosion on vocals, Squizgar Squigoff on lead guitar, Toki Wartooth on rhythm guitar, William Motorface on bass, and Pickles the drummer on drums. In 2012 was a big year for Brendan Small. He decided to start working on another Death album, the Death Album 3, which featured Brian Beller on bass, Gene Hoglan on drums, and of course Brendan Small on the guitar and keyboards and vocals. This was an even higher charting death metal album. It, I believe, ranked at number 10 on the Billboard. They toured all throughout 2012, a little into 2013, and late in 2012, Brendan Small released his debut solo album, Galacticon, which didn't really sell that many copies.
Yeah, this is...
I know.
Good done.
I will. That was my friend Jeremy. So anyway, Brendan Small decided to start working on the Doomstar Requiem, which was the Metalocalypse metal opera. It was released in October of 2013, and the soundtrack album to that would be DethKlok's fourth. And it featured Mike Keanly on bass, Brian Beller on guitar, and a 50-piece orchestra under the composition of Bear McCreary. The actual album itself was released in February of 2014, but the digital version was released 2 days after the release of the Doomstar Requiem Metalocalypse special I simply would suspect that they would do another album soon, but what do I know? Anyway, that's it. You have a nice day. See you. And by the way, if you like my channels, channel, where do I get channels? If you like my channel, subscribe. Simple. Later.